All right.
Well, maybe if we start with just.
Let's not erase first. Tell me what you're going to do, and we can start erasing second.
Maybe if we just start with the diagonal here, we can see if it's kind of a key to creating more boxes.
Okay, so we're going to try to figure out if we need a diagonal or not.
Yeah.
And your suggestion is to start with a diagonal?
Yeah, just to start with diagonal.
Okay, how is that going to help us determine if we need a diagonal?
Well, maybe. I guess it's actually not really going to help that much.
Why not?
Well, if we start, then we're not going to investigate cases where we don't have a diagonal.
Yeah, so what would be, how could we figure out if we need a diagonal? What are some things we could do?
Well, if we don't have a diagonal, if we try not to have a diagonal, then we might get less boxes if we do have a diagonal. So if we try without one.
Okay. Well, we know this arrangement works.
Yeah. So, if we try to find others with 9, and see if they have a diagonal.
Yeah, we could start really from the beginning if we wanted to, but we also know this one works. So I'm wondering, since we know this one works, I'm wondering if we can use this arrangement itself to and modify this arrangement to create one that works.
Yeah.
But doesn't have a diagonal. What could we do?
We have to move one of the pieces from the diagonal.
All right, that's an interesting idea. Which one do you want to try to remove?
So start with the bottom one.
Okay.
So if we move this one, where could we find a box?
All right, I'm going to put this cap here to remind us where the one we took away was.
Well, let's see. No, this one doesn't work. No. All of those create rectangles, so this one doesn't work.
Okay.
Up.
All right.
That one's there. Doesn't look like any of these work either.
Okay.
So here, that creates one. Let's see. Possibly, can we move one down here? Is this? Yeah, that creates one. Let's see, maybe. No, it doesn't look like any of those work.
Okay.
Going up here. No. No. So we can't remove any of the diagonal pieces in this one. 2. Still have 9 boxes.
Yeah, shoot. So it requires a little bit more work, but there is actually still something we can do to this arrangement. I think.
Oh. To make it another arrangement that works.
Yeah.
To move. Maybe moving a box.
Yeah, moving a box didn't work.
Well, rotating it just kind of creates the same arrangement.
Yeah, rotating it's going to keep a diagonal, but that was a good idea.
Keeping a diagonal. Now if we have split it and then that half on the other side.
Oh, interesting. So there may be a very interesting idea about the problem with splitting it in half and moving something to the other side. What's that going to do? Is that going to make the same arrangement, or is it going to change the diagonal? I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem, but let's see. Why don't we? So you want to take these ones and just move them over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Copy that in.
Arrangement here, so the box here. So we have these boxes.
Sorry, there's this piece of paper lying on there. All right.
Let's see. Do we have any?
Do we have a diagonal first up?
We don't. Let's see, going this way. No, we don't have a diagonal.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we have any rectangles though? It doesn't look like we do.
Okay,
We
great.
don't have any rectangles.
We don't have any rectangles, so we just made one without a diagonal from one that did have a diagonal. Now, do you think that was an accident, or do you think if we didn't have rectangles in the first place and then we did this swap, would we create rectangles? If we knew we didn't have any, would this swap create a rectangle?
No, I don't think it would.
Why not?
Well, so you're still, if you have no rectangles, that you're still, the boxes are still on the same row as the other boxes, so they're not going to change any of the corners of the rectangles.
Very good. Very good. Good work. The other thing we could have done is we could have just flipped these two rows over. Like that. So move this row down and this row up, and then that would have, this hole would have gone in the diagonal.
Yeah.
And same idea, but you had a great idea. Just cut it in half and swap it. Very good.
All right.
All right, so let's go to the last video and talk about could we get 10?
All right.